Hi everyone, in this video we're connecting Next.js to MongoDB in the easiest way possible. So without further ado, let's get started. Go to mongodb.com/atlas. Once you're logged in, you're going to see this dashboard. Let's break down how MongoDB is structured. At the top level, we have projects which group related resources. And inside each project, we have clusters. A cluster is a set of servers and it's configured with replicas because if one of the servers fails, another replica will take over as the primary, keeping your data safe and accessible. And finally, inside each cluster, we have collections, which are like tables in a relational database that organize and store the actual data records. I already have a project here. I created a new one here. Okay, we have to create a cluster. The cluster tier you have to choose is M0. It's right here. It's free for testing and personal projects. Okay, so now in order to deploy your cluster, you need to choose a free tier if you're just starting out, and pick your cloud provider and your region. I'm going to leave it as it is. Click on create deployment. I'm going to change my password to admin123 and the username is going to be my user. Write this down because we're going to need it later. And now let's choose the connection method. You want to select MongoDB for VS Code. Let's wait for this. Sometimes it can take a while. Okay, great. And copy this because we're going to need it to connect to MongoDB from our app, and click done. You can only have one free tier cluster for each of your projects. So I have one here and one here. Okay, so now that our cluster is ready, if you forgot to copy the URL we just saw, you can click here again and you're going to see it. Now that we have our cluster and our user, let's configure the network access. Navigate to network access, let's edit this, and for development, click on allow access from anywhere. This lets anyone connect, but it's not safe for production. For production, add your server's specific address instead. And let's confirm this. Alright, so now that we're done with this, that's it. You set up your MongoDB Atlas database, and now you can connect it to your Next.js app and start storing your data. So let's head back to VS Code. Let's create a .env file. New file, .env. A .env file is where you store sensitive information like API keys, database connection strings, or any environment-specific variables. So here I'm going to type database URL equals, and let's paste the connection string we got from MongoDB. So we have here our username, our password, and here you want to add your database name. Okay, let's save this. The connection string doesn't include the database name or query parameters like retry writes. You'll need to add those manually or copy them from somewhere. Now let's create a utils folder inside source. So new folder, utils, and within utils, we're going to create a file called connectdb.js. Now head over to GitHub. The link is in the description down below. And open connectdb.js. And let's grab the connection code for our MongoDB. Let's copy this, paste it here, and save the file. So next, go to source again, and let's create a new folder called modules. Now let's install Mongoose to make working with MongoDB a breeze. Stop the server and type npm i Mongoose. Start the server again, npm run dev, and inside models create a new file called user. So here we're going to implement our user model. Start by importing Mongoose schema and models from Mongoose. Now const user schema equals new schema. Username has a type of string, and email a type of string as well. Now const user equals use models.user or Mongoose model user the user schema. And now let's go ahead and export default user. Let's keep it super simple like this. So this is going to be our Mongoose model, and models are like a blueprint for your MongoDB documents. It defines the structure of your data and gives you methods to interact with the database. Without Mongoose, your collection could accept any structure for each document. Let's save this. We are almost done. Now go to app and create a folder called API. We're going to create our API route to see if our connection is working. Inside API, create a new folder called users. Within users, another folder called create. And inside create, new file, route.js. So now inside route.js, let's import next response from next server and import our user model from models and connectDB from utils connectDB. Now export async function. The method is going to be post. You have here a try catch block, await connectDB. Here we're connecting to our database. Here we have the create method from Mongoose, and we're going to use it to create a new user following the schema we define here. With this username, test user, and email testuser@example.com. Now return next response.json, and we're going to return a user, the new user we just created, and a message, user created, and status 200. And if there's an error, return message, internal server error, and the error, and status 500. Now save this. Our app is still running. Navigate to page, and within page we can find this page right here. So here we're going to use fetch to hit the endpoint and create a new user. We have const response equals await fetch, and we pass the URL of our API. Now the method is going to be post headers content type application JSON. Now the body JSON.stringify username test user and email testuser@example.com. With stringify we convert this JavaScript object into a JSON string. And now type const data equals await response.json. With JSON we convert the response back into a JavaScript object, and let's log the response to the console. Now save the page. I'm going to move this here and go back to the browser, reload the page, F5. Okay, so here we have our new user. If you like the video, hit like, drop a comment, and subscribe. It really helps out the channel. That's all for now, and thanks for watching.